Good morning. Welcome to my world. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to share about corrupt North Carolina state ag inspector that I busted lying a few times in her reports. How I started a multi-million-dollar animal campus in the Coachella Valley. And this is part one of a two-part series that I am going to share about how Christie Shore has lied in multiple reports, has an agenda, etc., etc. Now, every morning, we come out and we scoop water and feed at every shelter, whether the botanic garden I had, an animal sanctuary with a vet clinic, indoor-outdoor cattery, Dixie Lane, a beautiful botanic garden, animal sanctuary with about 80 dogs. We were helping thousands of animals. But this is Mama Freya. Now, she's a flighty girl. She was the one that was starved that we got from Rockingham County Animal Shelter. Look how good she is. But she wants to be in with her puppy. Heather, our volunteer, is, but there's stool that is in there and all this because our girl hasn't come yet to scoop. And then what we do, we scoop, we water, we feed. But here's a good inspection. How I started the Coachella Valley Animal Campus is when there was a dog in Cathedral City that needed to be trapped. And I said, hey, have Daryl over there in Cathedral City capture it, see if it can, got a microchip. If nobody can get it, that's what they're there for, animal controls. Go get it. And then Christine Duro called and said, oh my God, it's horrible over here. And I said, look, every place is bad in the morning. She goes, no, it's bad. And I told him what you'd need to do is, on 3 different days at 3 different times, get a videotape and everything. Christie Shore comes out at one time, expects everything to be done. And so she's found the sweet spot to where it's impossible to have everything done. And she comes and inspects. I even handed her a sheet one time with my projects to, stop that. Well, she used the sheet. Anyway, so this is Mama Freya. And she was skinny and had blowout diarrhea. And we got a complaint. And we took her to the vet. And then she violated us for not taking her to the vet. When we had records, we took her to the vet. So anyways, this is a 2-part series on how a shelter should be inspected by competent, non-corrupt, dirty agents. This is Mullins. Mullins. He's a good... I forget. I need to get treats if I'm going to be doing this. Anyways, these are our carriers where we put everybody up at night when it's super cold, clean blankets and all that stuff. This is our treats. And this is where we have people put donations. And some people came and put donations there before we go through them and everything and sort them and stuff like that. Christie Shore said that I store open bags of dog food out here, yet Guilford County, Rockingham County, they always have a little area for donations and stuff like that. We always keep our things closed, Sometimes when we're working, a lid is open. I was feeding, and I had a bucket of food, and I was feeding the dogs, and she said, the lid was open, and she, bucket of dog food, lid. Anyways, just the real deal. So, okay, this is the morning. This is Mullins. We got him from Guilford County. Come on, buddy. Get your cookie. Oh, you don't like that. He likes the other ones. So they got, pretty clean water. We did it at night and in the morning. Now, notice how high the gravel is. The gravel is, that is Scooby-Dooby-Doo. As you notice, little poop, pretty much clean water except for the overnight debris. There's by Yoko. He's a mess. And we gotta do this, dig it out and whatever. But all this stuff that I'm walking on is old gravel. So anyways, these guys, we got busted because they dig. We just leveled it out yesterday, and there's holes today. And then we put these new in, and we got them donated. There weren't shoes. They outside of my house. This is Logan and Shy Boy. And, that's what they're doing. So anyways, the girl's coming in, and here is, these guys just dug, and it's a constant thing, But, okay, so, yeah, we're an old shelter, 3 shoulder surgeries, and we've always replace the gravel, dig it, replace it. See all how high that is there? That's all gravel. How high we pull it out and the grass has grown over it, etc., etc. Then there's a mountain on the other side of Kennel 6. So anyways, yeah, it's cold. Moody digging boy, Yoko. Good boy. Happy, healthy. Now look at the animals are healthy. Yes, we do need to get that. And yes, we always replace it. But the point is I will be talking about the violations and just the complete ignorance of Christie Shore. We've been here almost 17 years. Anyways, so let's go out here. We got these kennels because we have some dogs in the barn, and we put out here. She's come out and inspected and never seen a dog in here, but always says, there's bare dirt. Okay, there's bare dirt. But she also said that my dogs can be on bare dirt. Ergo, Logan. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Now over here, Logan and Shy Boy, she said because they've been here with us for so long, she wasn't worried about cross-contamination. Until she found out I wasn't retiring. So anyways, we move these dogs around. Every time you can look in the report, they were over there. Say, there's dirt. There's dirt. And then she says she doesn't care if my dogs are in the dirt. This is an emergent thing, and we have a top for it. This here was built by this is just common challenges, by the Eagle Scouts. Here's the gravel to be replaced, and the guys from the local recovery home come and replace it, fill the holes, and dig the dirt out, fill the holes, etc., etc. This is where Logan and Shy Boy and the pups ate. Now, this is the insanity of Christie Shore. Here's this guy. His name is Brother Bo. Boop. Brother Bo. And Ginger. Nice catch, Ginger. Brother Bo was tied here. Now think about this. Brother Bo was tied here to this gate. An unaltered pit bull. An unaltered pit bull. Tied to my gate. So, we have to have 5 foot. This is for my personal dogs. We have to have 5 foot. So I put him here. He's neutered, doing the best I can with the tools I have. Look at Bella over there. She's my girl. Anyway, so now we have a neutered, microchipped, heartworm negative, completely vaccinated dog, not tied to a gate. Okay. Somehow, that's bad. The moon. He's a mess. Oh my God. Anyway, that's kind of the foundation of this. So that's what it's like in the morning. Okay? And then all day we work at making it better. How I busted California Animal Care was that I told them to get 3 different days at 3 different times, and then, we'll figure out what we can do. Therefore, I got to cut the cake on an $8 million animal campus, netting the Coachella Valley and the eastern portion of Riverside County, millions of dollars and hundreds of jobs. Christie Shore comes out at one time when it's completely impossible to have everything done. This is part one. This is the morning inspection and how it should be. We've caught her lying before, and also the new guy that came out with, he asked about, I told him when it gets cold, what do you do? I go, we bring him in. He goes, do you know about the carriers, how it's supposed to be? And I was like, and he's standing there, and I go, well, I think it's 6 inches each side or whatever, turning around. He goes, so they can move freely in all directions. So, well, T. Boone Pickens flew me a plane load of animals during Katrina and Rita, and I'm pretty well versed in that, but I appreciate his input. Then he says, do you know what the temperature is when in the closed environment? And I don't know exactly. And he goes, it's 50 to 75, and I see your temperature is 58 degrees. You just got it. Well, I look at it this way. If I'm cold, they're cold. If I'm hot, they're hot. Anyways, so that's the way it is in the morning. This is typical. A lot of work to be done. We've been here for almost 18 years, and boy, oh boy, it's been fun. We saved thousands of animals, and but a few years ago, I reported Christie Shore, made a formal complaint. Everybody came out. I was right. She was wrong. She lied about conditions in the barn. Said that the new $1,000 floor had debris under it. What it was a week old, and I had put blankets under the carriers. Let's go see that. I put blankets under the carriers. And this is just an old barn when I got here. I put blankets under the carriers so the subfloor and everything, our fourth floor, would be, there's not bags stored there, but they do come. And we put them away. Anyways, it's nice and warm in here. A little over 50, got a nice heater. And, so anyways, it's nice and cozy in here. We put that just to keep some air. I did this so we'll have airflow and it keeps the heat in and the cool in. They have 2 air conditioners. I got to replace that one. I got a replacement for it. That one works great, but it's winter time. And so, they have radio and all that neat stuff. So this is early in the morning. They've all been out with walks. They've all got fresh water. Marisol's coming in to clean. We pulled one dog in because he's got, one girl worries about him, so we put him in. And it's really quite nice in here. Yeah. So anyways, don't see any problem here. But yeah, we had blankets under after we did the subfloor and put this in and put the FRP board. Christie Shore comes out a week later and says that the blankets are dust and that there's dust on pictures. So she violated us because there was dust on pictures. And that could anyways, yeah. So that said, she's always been targeting our rescue, and she lies in her report. So that's one. Here comes Marisol right now. That's the morning project. Hey, honey, can you pull on in? She does a great job. This is the dog but no, we got to have, I was just putting him somewhere and getting him neutered and stuff because he was tied to my gate. So, you would think that she would appreciate something like that. But no. Anyways, love for all.